Hello, hello, this is the Happy Hippie Intuitive. My name is Nina and I am here to do your card reading for, well, this reading is going to be about three different things. Number one, what energies are you currently playing in? Number two, what the spirit would like you to do with it, their advice for you. And also then number three, the outcome should you follow that advice. Now, this is a video that's being taped in October. As you can see here, there's a little bit of Halloween decorations here. Of course, it's a timeless reading, but it was taped in October. So I just wanted to have that said if you see all this decoration here. And also that's why these cards are a little bit more spooky looking today. So we're going to have some fun with it. Now, listen, there are three piles to choose from here. But before we get into it, remember that these are timeless readings. So whenever you found it, it was meant for you. So whether you find it now in October or whether you find it in the summertime or winter or whenever. And also remember that these are general readings. So not everything will resonate with everybody. So take what resonates and leave the rest, please. I will list the timestamps below so you quick and easy can find your pile or your reading once you have picked. And there will also be cards listed below, all the cards that I use, so you can find them if you like any of the cards that I use, okay? Now, what you need to do is sink into your intuition or ask your angels and guides, spirit, to help you to pick your pile number 1, 2, or 3. Now, we have 3 crystals on top today, and this is a smoky quartz tower. I will hold that up for you, leave that a little bit. And then in the middle for number 2, we have a tiger's eye tower. And then for number 3, we have a black obsidian tower. Okay? So that's your options for today. So use your intuition, pause the video if you need more time. So you make sure that you pick your pile number 1, 2, or 3. And I will be back in a moment and I will start with number 1. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust the camera just a little bit here. There we go. And I'm going to remove 3 and 2. So we can get straight into your reading number 1. Okay, number 1, so if you pick the smoky quartz, then this is the reading for you. It's a beautiful, beautiful crystal, this one. I really love that one. I'll put it up here so it'll be part of your reading. Now, as I said, this reading is divided into 3. So the first thing is that we're going to look at what energies are you currently in, okay? And then we're going to look at what kind of advice the spirit have for you. And then we're going to look at the outcome should you follow that advice. So there's kind of 3 different sections to this, okay? Now, this card is a card that doesn't have any words on it. It's just an image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to intuit what it is that image is telling us about the energies that you're currently in, okay? Sorry, just needed some water. So let's flip this over and have a look. Okay, number 1. Okay. So this image tells me, my feeling about this image is that you're looking backwards, you're looking at the past, you're looking at previous experiences. Your present is kind of being colored by your past. Okay. You also have the number 22, which is a master number, and 2 becomes 4, and 4 is about your ground pillars. It's about the stability in your life. It's about your foundation. So there might be something going on within that field that you need to work on, or that is in your kind of current energy at this moment, that's in your focus. Now, looking back can be either childhood, it can be childhood trauma, but it can also be just previous situations, previous experiences that you have within certain things that is coloring where you are right now, okay? However, this card can also be reminiscing. So there might be somebody you're missing from the past, and you're looking at pictures of that person, missing that person, okay? But it is an energy of looking back, okay? So that's kind of the main energy for you, number 1. Now, all the other cards I'm going to pull. So let's pull some tarot cards from the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I'm going to gently ripple shuffle this. make too much noise for you guys. So let's look. What are your current energies? What energies are you playing in right now? Number one. So let's look at it. Okay. Let's pull a couple of cards here. The Hermit. Introspection, yeah. I do have I get this lonesome feeling about this reading, number one. I don't understand why that is, but you must take this as it resonates, because either you have been in hermit mode a long time, or you've been invited to go into the hermit mode a little bit to look at something, but because it's about introspection. But I do also get this lonesome feeling, and that might also be with the missing somebody from the past, looking back at something, okay? So that might be significant for some of you. But for others of you, there might be some introspection needed, okay? But let's look at some more energies here. Five of Swords, defeat, yeah, okay. Yeah, so there might have been something that happened in the past that left you hurt. You were in some sort of either disagreement or but remember that this can be with other people. It can also be with yourself, just to have that said. But it can be disagreement with others. It can even be a war. It's somewhere where you were in a situation where you ended up hurt, or was somebody in that situation ended up hurt. You might ended up hurting somebody else as well. And this is why you're kind of going back to that experience. You see, you're kind of hung up on that experience. You're looking back, and it's kind of going in a loop, is what I feel here. Okay, let's look at the energy underneath the deck. Two of Swords, confusion. Yeah, it's also a card of choice. So yeah, it's a loop. It's imbalance. It's going back and reliving a situation. It's also thinking that since this happened once, if you try it again, it's going to happen the same way. That's kind of what you feel, but that might not be the truth here, okay? So that's kind of what they're trying to tell you, is that there's a way out of this, okay? So let's look at some oracle cards. I would like to draw one from this deck first. So I'm kind of just letting myself be guided as I go along. So these readings for the 3 different readings today might look very different. It all depends on what energies I feel come out. So I feel this deck for you, number one. So I'm going to use that and pull a couple of cards from here with advice from Spirit. Okay, what do they have to say? Travel. Okay, so it's part of your journey. And it's also about journeying from what's no longer serving you to another shore, to something brighter, to something different. And in that is the choice that you have to make. Okay, so I'll put that there. Confidence, yeah. Have the confidence that you can do it, is kind of what they're telling me here. They're saying that you can resolve this situation here. You can move away from it. You can move to better shores. There is possibilities for you. And the third card, please. Love. Okay. So I do feel like there is potential. I mean, you have to adjust this to your situation. If this is regarding a relationship, what they're saying is that if you travel and you leave behind those energies that no longer serve you, there is love for you in the future. Pure love, real love, okay? Even though you feel like, you know, I tried so many times and I keep ending up in the same place, and you know, you're letting that old experience kind of color the relationship that you move into. And this can be love relationship, but it can also be friends or family relationships. So don't let your past color the relationship that might be for you in the future, or that you are currently in. That's your choice right now, okay? So what they're saying with confidence as well is that start trusting in love. Start trusting that it's for you. The loving relationship, the true relationships, are there for you. You deserve those, and they will come to you if you believe, kind of, okay? So that's kind of the initial feeling that I get here. Now, I'm also drawn to this deck over here. So let's see if we can pull a card from there. For you guys, number one. Is there additional information from Spirit regarding this? Is there more advice? The world awaits you. Okay. So I do feel like there is a huge potential that they're telling you about here. That there is potential for growth, whether it be a work-related situation or a love-related or relationship or whatever situation you are in, whether it be your spiritual growth, you know, whatever it is, what is regarding. What they're saying is that there's possibilities for you in the future. So I feel like this card and this card is very much about the future. Should you do kind of the work is what I feel here, okay? Should you choose to follow their advice, should you choose to travel, should you choose to leave behind what no longer serves you, okay? So I'm going to use another tarot deck to clarify a little bit more regarding this situation and the travel here. Oh, there was one that just flipped over right away. Let's look at that. The Nine of Cups. So personal abundance and personal happiness, but notice in this card that that person is alone, okay? So for some of you, this might be significant for some of you. It might be that you need to be alone for a little while. Either it be in a love relationship, friendship, work relationship, whatever. It might mean that you need to go the distance alone for a little while, okay? That doesn't mean that you will not get in a partnership relationship in the future, but there might be, for some of you at least, time to be alone for a little bit. And that might be actually good for you, okay? So that might be significant for some of you. Now, let's pull some more cards for this situation of introspection and travel, please. Okay, what else do you have for us, Spirit? It's been a heavy burden. Yeah, okay. I see that. But there's a Chariot here. Okay, so there's action. So there's also something about taking action and letting down your burden now, okay? To see that, you know, don't get stuck in this energy where things just kind of repeats itself. Let down your burden now, okay? Be done with it. Move away from it. That's what they're saying with the travel card. Move to better shores. You have to leave this behind, you see, or else it's going to ruin your relationships in the future. Okay, one more card, please. Yeah, again, Five of Swords again. Yeah, so with that, they're kind of reminding me that, you know, it's been rough. You got hurt. It's difficult to leave this behind. It's difficult to get out of this energy because it hurts so much. But with that, I would say you have to feel it through and get into your heart. Feel it. Allow yourself to feel it. Stay in the hermit mode for a while so that you can feel that through, so you can release it. Because if you don't feel it through, you won't never be able to release it underneath the deck. Emotions flows over. Yeah. And that's kind of what they're inviting you to do, though. Allow those emotions to flow over so that you can release, so that it can be rinsed. Okay? So I feel like that is very significant. Now, what cards would I like? I think I would like this. Everyday Witch Oracle to see. Okay, so where are we headed? Where are we going? If we work through this, Spirit, then where will we end up? You know? What's the energy that we will be moving into then? If we take this time to feel all this through and release, then where will we end up? Meditation to dig deep. Okay. And it's also crystals here. So I feel crystals might be something that you want to move into. You might also move into a place where you meditate daily, where you are in sync, where you are in contact with your intuition and your soul, where you are in that balance. Because they say the morning card here, the world awaits you. There is love, but you need to be in contact and in balance with your soul here. Okay. So that's that. Now I want to use this fun Halloween deck as well. Now that's a risky business. That can be all sorts of cards popping up. But let's see. Is there anything else that you can tell us about the future then? How will things look? Or what is it that we will be looking at in the future? What energies can we move into or face in the future maybe? Let's see, the Halloween deck. Werewolf, exploring wildness. Wow, okay. So for me, that is about daring to be you, you know, daring to explore, daring to be wild, daring to step outside of the norm. Yeah, show your true colors is what they're saying here. You know, that's actually a very positive card for me. Even though it looks quite grim, it's a very positive card because it's telling me that, you know, there's time for you to actually dare to be different. And that's just lovely. I just love that. The world awaits you. Be yourself. Dare to be different. Explore, you know. Go into meditation and use that. And there is love for you. They say the confidence card is almost the same as this one, exploring the wildness and the confidence. So have the confidence to do that, you know. Be bold. Okay, we will do some charms today as well at the end of this reading, huh? That's always fun. See what pops up there. If there's some fun energies there. Ooh, lots of them. You got a cup. So, toast, drink. Maybe there's a party coming. Or maybe that's a cup of cocoa out in nature. Maybe you love to go for hikes and have a cup of coffee or cocoa or tea or whatever when you're out hiking. I have this image in my head where you're sitting on a rock with a hot beverage. So that might be significant for some of you. Now, button. So there's something that needs mending and that we have seen already. So we kind of talked about that. Oh, this one is very interesting. I'm going to look at that later. Oh, fun. Now, this is, I'm not sure if I should even have this because it looks kind of like a weed thing. What stuff you smoke. Well, but for me, I will have to say that might be significant for some of you. But no, for me, that of course is nature. It's a leaf, more or less. So it's about going into nature. And as I said, you know, I had this picture of you sitting outside, and maybe it's an invitation for you to do that. Go on a hike, go on a walk, and bring something to eat and drink, and just sit down and enjoy, and just being outside. Okay. Now you got this chakra here, all of the chakras. So there might be some balancing in your chakra that's needed. So let the angels come in and heal you as well. You know, let them, or the spirits or guides come in and help you with that, okay? You have two hearts here. One says brother. So there might be a brother or someone that is like a brother, a friend, or there might, you know, in the military, they often call them their fellow men or women for brother. It's a brotherhood. You know, it can be a brotherhood as in a group, so or sisterhood for that matter. But it's kind of like a brotherly or sisterly love. So it's a bond between people. So that's for me is not necessarily love as in a relationship, but more like a friendship. Okay. Now this said made with love, so that's also of course significant for this brother or sisterhood, but it can also of course be love as in a relationship. And you also have hearts here, so it's lots and lots of love, and it can also be love from spirit for you. Okay, kind of like a gift. The apple again for me is very much about nature, but it's also about look at your diet. Make sure that you eat healthy, you eat what the body needs. And you got a flower here. So again, about nature, but also something is blossoming. So I do feel like there is potential for you to blossom moving forward here, number one. And there is a gem here. So they say you are the gem. But also gem for me is about making sure that instead of saving all the nice stuff that you have for later, for you know, for Christmas or for birthdays or whatever, then bring it out every day. I mean, celebrate every day as it is your birthday, okay? And there's a gift here as well. So that can be birthday, it can be Christmas. There's a gift coming for you. A snowman, so again, it can be something around Christmas or something around winter. Again with a heart here, and lots of hearts for you today. And there's an octopus. So be aware of of doing too many things at once. Make sure that you take a break. Make sure that you get enough rest when you need to, so that you don't overdo things, okay? Now this one is very interesting. There's a little pearl, and there's a key, and there's an alien. It says, I want to believe. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know if you are into star beings or ETs or whatever. Maybe this is an invitation to look into it, or maybe you are already there, that you think that those things are very interesting. But there is a key adjusted to it. And that for me is very interesting. Maybe there is a key to unlock something within you by looking outwards, looking to the stars, looking to something that's alien. You know, maybe something is alien to you. That might be a way for you to get out of it, but looking at something new, looking at something with new eyes even. Or it might be an invitation for you to actually connect more with star people and look into that. So you have to take this as it resonates with you, number one. But very funny and very fun charms for you today, I must say. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I had for you. I hope you appreciated this reading, number one. Until the next time I see you. Bye. So we're moving everything from reading number one. Quite a long reading today. A lot of cards. Let's hope it won't take too much of the others' time here. Okay. Okay. There we go. That was number one. Moving over to number two. Okay, number two, so if you chose this Tiger's Eye Tower, then this is the reading for you. I'll put that up here. Now, this card only has an image on it, and we are going to intuit, feel what kind of energies you are in. And then the second part is, of course, that we ask Spirit for advice. And then the third part is, what outcome will that have should you follow that advice? Okay, so let's look at the energies first. Okay, looking at pictures. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the first thing that they're telling me here. First, I have to address the number 37. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 equals 1 numerology, and 1 is a new beginning. Okay, so that's also an energy in the card. The thing I heard them say is, yeah, okay, now I get it. Thank you. So what they're saying is that once you've taken a picture, if you're not happy with the picture, you can always delete it and you can take a new one, right? So that's kind of the energy of the card, is that not everything is set in stone. Even though something has happened one way, it doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. You can change it. You can renew it, okay? The card also say, looking at pictures from the past, it also say looking at pictures of people, because you see it's people here. So there might be a grouping, or there might be family, it might be colleagues, it might be friends. It's also about looking at others, comparing yourself to others. So that might be an energy as well. Are you comparing yourself to others? Are you envious of others, or others envious of you? Because you see her face over there, kind of looking over at him. She looks a little bit envious, doesn't she? So that might also be an energy in this card, okay? But I feel like the main message here is not everything is set in stone. If you don't like the life you're having, or if you don't like the situation, you can change it, okay? So that's kind of the main energy. And we're going to pull a couple of tarot cards here as well to kind of get some additional information regarding the energy to begin with. Using the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. So let's see here, number 2. What do you get? Page of Swords, inspection, yeah, and also truth. Sun, beautiful, okay. And underneath the deck, 4 of Pentacles, greed. Oh, okay. So somebody might have been greedy towards you, or you might have been feeling like you are not getting enough. That might be also the looking at other people and comparing yourself to them. That might be significant for some of you. And also the Page of Swords comes in with the truth. So the Page of Swords can come in with the truth, invitation to look at the truth or stand in your truth. But also Page of Swords can be someone who's a little bit blunt, who's not thinking things through before they speak. Okay, so that might be an energy as well here. The Sun is clarity. The Sun is, of course, very positive. And with that, I feel like exactly what I said here, not anything is set in stone. You have the chance to change it. Okay, so I want to look at, because I'm looking at different texts for different readings today. I'm just letting myself be guided. So this is additional information that Spirit wants you to know regarding this situation. Okay, so let's see what you get here from the Halloween deck. Eternal love. Love is love is love. And it transcends physical death. So there might be also, as I said here, somebody's missing somebody. Somebody's looking at old pictures and they might be missing them. Okay. So that might be somebody, you know, some of the energies for you, but also it can mean that even though something seems like it hasn't gone right, somebody might seem like they don't appreciate you. What they're saying is that once you have loved someone, that love always will exist. It will be there in the energy field of you, of the planet. So that love kind of never dies in that sense. Okay, so that might be significant for you. Now, let's also look at this deck right here, which is the Everyday Witch Oracle. Let's see what they have to say here. Oh, no, I found that. Change and progress. Okay. Yeah, something need to change here is what I feel. And there will be progress in that. But you need to look at what is it that isn't working for you? What is it that you feel like you can't change? Because it has to. It has to change. You can't stay in that energy. You can't stay in the energy of comparing yourself to others either, if that's you. You have to change your own perspective in that matter. So I have a feeling that you're invited to look at what is it that's not working right now. Is it you who's making all these energies, or is it somebody else? And if it's you, then what can you do about it? Because as they said, not everything is set in stone. You have the power to change it. Now let's pull one more. Strength and resilience. Yeah, you have the strength to change it, you see. Be resilient. You have the strength within you to change the whole situation around. Okay. So what they're saying here with the greed card, I'm also encouraged to look underneath. The Lovers or ultimatum. Okay, so a choice as well within love. Okay, so you're invited to go into the love space. You're invited to look at the situation that you're in from a perspective of love. Okay. Because it also says eternal love here, so there is some love that's lying underneath this entire energy that you're in. But for some reason, you're comparing yourself to others. For some reason, you're feeling like you're stuck in one, you know, this is the way the picture has been taken. And so that's how it is forever. But what they're saying is, no, you can change it. So there's something that's in need of that change here. You're in need of that inspection. You're in need of standing in truth, seeing the truth for what it is. And they're saying that you have the strength and the resilience to do so. Now, I'm encouraged to use this little deck with you, number 2, for some reason, to see some additional information. Okay, what information do you want us to convey here? Okay, Spirit, please give us the information we need. Wow, sunflower. Okay, so there is definite, it's like the sun card. So there's definite potential for you moving forward here. Number 2. So they're saying that there is something for you to grab here. There's something for you. There's kind of a gift that's kind of being offered to you here. The hammer. Okay. Yeah, you need to be firm though. You need to set your boundaries here. You need to be truthful. As I said, you have to stand in your truth. So there might be somebody that you need to be truthful with and that you need to be firm with. And you might need to have this conversation that nobody really want to have, but is in need. You're in need of having it. Okay, last card of these. Oh, it's going to bear fruit. So the conversation will bear fruit, you see, but even though it might be a hard conversation to take, I feel like they're encouraging you to do that. They're encouraging you to take that difficult conversation, whether it be with somebody else or whether it be with yourself and your own ego here, okay? Because this can also be your own ego coming in your own way, especially if you are the one being envious of somebody else or comparing yourself to others. Then you are the one that needs introspection. You are the one that needs change within you, okay? Whether it be somebody else that's kind of envious of you or greedy with you, then you need to set down the foot. You need to speak your truth. Okay, so there is a conversation to be had either with somebody outside or with yourself here. And that's kind of what Spirit is encouraging you to do, and stay in the love. Stay in the eternal love. Okay, so what will happen if you follow this advice here? Now let's pull a couple of cards here to see what will happen if they follow this advice, Spirit. Make the change. Okay, so there will be change coming towards you. There will be change. So from the image here with the sword of truth that's cutting through the BS, or pardon my French, cutting through the what you don't need anymore. The change is going to come, and it's going to be a change for the better. So definitely information from them about that. Now let's pull one more card from this deck. Okay, so what does the future look like, Spirit, if they follow this advice? What can you tell them about what the future looks like for them? Willpower. Okay, so you will be standing in your own power here. You see this woman standing strong. She's balancing 2 planets in her hands here. Can you see that? This is a beautiful, beautiful card, and it's kind of oozing of strength and willpower and confidence. So that's kind of where you're going to end up here, if you choose to go into this the way they have kind of asked you to do, right? Let me pull one last card for this. Reconciliation. Okay, so there might also be that there is potential, if this was a situation with somebody else, that you can reconnect, that you can find peace within this relationship. This can be resolved. Okay, but there's a difficult conversation needed to resolve it, and it might weigh heavy on you to do that. It might be difficult to go into that conversation, but they're telling you to do it. Okay, let's pull a couple of charms at the end here for you guys. Number 2. For this energy, what might come towards you? The number 2 might be significant for you. 2 might also be a partnership or a love relationship or balance. This is about hair, getting a hair appointment, getting to the hairdresser, putting nice stuff in your hair. So something about the hair. There is music needed in your life, more music, play an instrument, use music in your meditations. There's a star for hope. This is actually Elsa. So with that, I would say let it go. Let that energy go, or let it go when it comes to the anxiety about taking this serious conversation, or let those energy go that don't no longer serve you. Okay. Now this is actually apart from a train. So that might be about travel, or about hauling something, or about moving. Maybe it might be moving for some of you, but it can also be transport. Okay, transporting something. Okay, so this is a lucky symbol. You got a straight flush here. So I don't know if you play poker, but the royal flush, is it? Yeah, the royal flush. So so that's a good luck sign. So that's good news for you. You also got this little kitty cat head, and it says here, I cannot see what it says. Oh, it's just a number. But it's Hello Kitty. So for me, when I see, and there's another cat right here. So when I see that, then I see the need for introspection. I see the need for being alone. I see the need for you know, not playing along with everybody else's agenda. I'm doing my own thing. You know, cats, they do their own thing. They don't get guided by anybody else. So that it's more about standing in your own power. That's what I feel with that. Now you got the double love, so two hearts coming together. So as I said, there is definitely hope for reconciliation within a relationship. You got Fatima's hand, which means to me that you're protected. Okay. Now you also got a Christmas stocking. So there might be something happening with Christmas. There's also gifts inside this little stocking here. So there might be some gifts coming towards you the next Christmas whenever you watch this. Okay. If you watch it in October, then it's not that far to Christmas. So there might be something shifting within that energy is what I feel. So something might be happening with this energies up until Christmas, and something will look very different come Christmas is what I feel. Okay, that's all I had for you, number 2. I hope this made sense. I hope you liked it. Then give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Wishing you the very best, number 2. Till the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, so we will be moving over to number 3 in a moment. Just have to put these cards away so we can get into it. So those go there, this goes there, these go there, there, and here. Lots of cards today. Lots of cards to juggle. Okay, that goes away. That's been used, and that's been used. Now let's get into number 3. Okay, number 3, so if you chose this obsidian tower, then this is a reading for you. I'm going to put it over here. This is only an image. We're going to look at it. That's the energy for you going on right now. So let's see. Okay, about time. Something is about time. You've been waiting for something for a long time, waiting for news to come in, waiting for something to change. There's also an offer with some flowers with a little note here. There's also a phone, so you might be waiting for a phone call, waiting for someone to give you or express love, waiting for news regarding work or regarding a situation. I mean, the dog has even fallen asleep here, so you have been waiting for a while. So this is an energy of wanting something to shift. You also have 51. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is love. Okay, so there is love in the air. There is love in this card. Now, love can be a relationship, or it can be friendship. It can be family. You have to adjust it, okay? But definitely feeling of waiting, feeling of something, the need or want for something to change within your field here. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's pull some tarot cards for you guys as well for this energy. Let's see what other kind of energy that you might be in, or that might be significant for this main card. Okay, so let's see. First card you got. King of Pentacles. Okay, so grounding, a loyal person, and the Emperor. Okay, wow, sovereignty. And also underneath, 7 of Wands, bravery, standing your ground. Okay. The first thing I have to say when I saw these 2 cards here is that you might be, for some of you you might be feeling stuck between 2 energies. You might be feeling stuck between 2 people. It can be 2 male people, of course, since it's the Emperor and the King. But of course not gender specific. So that might be a feeling that you're waiting for some news regarding something between 2 people. So that might be for some of you. Now, for some of you, the Emperor is someone who is stable, who is grounded, who has everything, kind of all the ducks in a row, and the King of Pentacles as well. So for me, this tells me that yeah, I do feel like there's also a little bit of a stuck energy, because the Emperor can be quite stubborn, you know. The Emperor is also the Capricorn energy, so it's very much about stability, and Pentacles being the grounded element. So there might be something that you feel is not moving ahead, and so you're kind of expecting some news of change regarding that, and you feel like something is stuck, okay? So that might be significant for some of you. Now I'm guided to pull a couple of more tarot cards regarding this situation. Now with the Seven of Wands over here, of course, you're encouraged to stand your ground. You're encouraged to make sure that you don't budge in a situation, okay? But also with the Seven of Wands, it actually is a card where you sometimes have the upper hand, so not to worry, kind of. Okay, so you have the Four of Wands, which is actually a celebration card, but you also have the Nine of Swords. So there might have been some sleepless nights regarding this situation. Underneath you have the Queen of Cups, so very emotional. Yeah, and desperate need of change. I definitely see that. Okay, so let's ask, what advice do you have, Spirit, for them regarding this situation? What can change for them? What can they do? Okay, let's pull a card real quick here. Let's see, you got the Veil. Okay, so there's something that is hidden. So there's some news that needs to be revealed. So there is maybe looking into something, maybe researching something, looking further down the rabbit hole is what I feel here, okay? But there is grounds for celebration here as well, and that might also be actually a wedding for some of you, just to have that said. So there is the Veil, or this, and it says the future. So right now it might be that you can't see the way moving forward. You can't see the future. But what they're telling you is that it will, you know, it will happen. But there is some introspection needed, especially with this Nine of Swords here. Let's look at this. Ground and center. Okay, grounding. Yeah, King of Pentacles, also grounding. Yeah, you need grounding. You need contact with nature. You need to get into your heart space. You need to get into your intuition. You need to feel this through, whatever that is, and let it go, or else you'll be stuck in this energy, you see. And that's what I felt. I felt it was a very grounded, very stuck energy. But you need grounding, as in your physical form needs grounding, okay? Your physical, and then your mental needs to be felt through and kind of released, is what I feel here. Now let's go into these cards over here and pull a couple of these cards as well. Is there some more advice, Spirit, that they need in this situation? Willpower. Okay, so again, stand your ground here. You have to speak the truth. You have to be honest about what you feel and what you want, okay? Blessings. There is blessings coming towards you. So believe in the change. There will be change, but you need to do the work on your part in order for it to change, okay? So what will happen if you do that? Let's look at that. What will happen if she or he follows this advice? If they take this time to feel this through and release, if they stand in their power, if they tell the truth, if they look into this veil, what's veiled, to see the truth, what happens? Oh, 2 cards just popped out. Okay. Potion, remember to practice self-love. Okay, so with that, I feel like you will be more in your own element. You will be more balanced within you. Escapist, come home to yourself. Exactly, come home to yourself. And as I said, you need to go into your intuition. I felt that all the way. You're stuck, you see. So you need to get into the heart space. There is some introspection and work needed here. Okay, so let's look at some charms for you guys in the end here. Let's see what might be coming for you. Oh, and there was a scissors that fell out. So there's a little bit of gem here. So that for me is reward. It's a jewel. It's kind of maybe you will be given some jewelry, or maybe you will buy yourself some jewelry. I have this jewelry feeling with it. Some cords needs to be cut. Okay, look at who that might be with you, or what kind of energies that might be for you. Okay, now this is love. Okay, so there might be love on the horizon for you guys. unless you're already in a relationship already. You have been crowned, or you are somebody's princess or prince. The owl, which is wisdom for me. So you need to gain some wisdom regarding this situation. And the moon, something is hidden. Yeah, they're kind of repeating themselves. The veil, the moon, knowledge. So there is some knowledge that's needed. Well, this is also kind of a boa, so it's about putting on the nice stuff, and it's a jewel, it's the gem. Maybe you're going to a party where you need to dress up some. Or maybe there's something about putting a tiara on, kind of a fun kind of party, you know. Dress up party or something. That's good fun. Now, this is about holding things together and also hanging something up to dry. So you have to take this as it resonates, people. But something needs cutting and something needs holding together. So you have to figure out, you have to feel into what that might be for you, okay? But definitely potential for getting into your self-love, coming home to yourself, getting in that balance for you guys. I feel like that's kind of where you need to put your main focus right now, number 3. Finding out what is it that's veiled for you, okay? Why is it that you're feeling so stuck right now? Why is that energy in your vicinity right now? Okay, are you the one being stubborn, or is it somebody else that's being stubborn with the Emperor energy that we had? And definitely stand within your own power here. This is what they're saying, both with the 7 of Wands over here and with this willpower card. In order for you to gain your balance and to be happy within your own skin, you have to speak your truth and you have to stand in your power. Okay? But they're also talking about a celebration. Maybe this is the party where you're going to put on the nice stuff, because this is actually a celebration or a party or a gathering of some sort. So there might be something happening at that place that might be significant for some of you, that might actually shift your perspective or your energy on this a little bit, number 3. Okay, that's kind of what I feel with that. So yeah, lots of potential, but work for you to do. So I hope that this made sense for you, and I hope you liked this kind of reading. If you did, then give it a thumbs up, please, and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, number 3, you know what? I wish you the very best moving into the future, and with this energy and with the situation that you are in. I hope it will resolve itself and that you will feel strong within your own power soon, okay? So thank you so much for being part of this reading today, number 3. I wish you the very best moving forward. Until the next time I see you. Bye.